Hey, Ekaro, Ekabo. It's time for Orisa prayer and meditation. Yes, sir. Ekaro, Ekabo, family. Yes, sir. We are ready. Hey, hey, hey. Ake Obala ese Obala. Hey, hey, good morning, Lakeisha. Yes, oh, Daisy. Good morning. Yalode Waekaro. Hey, Nkeche Modupwe Omomi. Hey. Obala Dide, good morning, friend. Tammy, Crystal, Sadio Akababaga, Ekaru, Vonnie Williams, yes, so good to see. Hey, good morning, Bria, Michelle, Tabecca, yes, so Ekaru, Adeyemi Elicent, hey. Talma, Anisha, Omomi, Anisha, Sharon, hey, Adeyemi, Oboato, Sakina, hey, Latanya, Yeshua, hey, 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 good morning, Synergetic Network, all right now, Spots, BK, Miriam, hey, good morning, Shar, Omomi, Gemini, Nandi, yes, so, hey, yeah, Amber, Hatshepsut, Esther, good morning, Quarana, I'm in it, folks. Hey, good morning, Danielle, Camilla, Dr. Gibbs in the building. Good morning. Hey, Omo Yemoja. Good morning, Omio. Hey, Baba Vumilaye. Hey, Sister Renee. Good morning. Hope all blessings right back. Hey, Scotty with the sneak. Oh boy, I told you. Hey. Obana, say, Baba Fumila, hey, IG, I see you over there. Hey, Akai, good morning, my brother. Hey, Elder Bishop at Cabo, welcome. Jess, yes, welcome. Tashia, sister, yes, oh, at Cabo. Hey, Obana, hey. Hey, Aquarian T. Taj, good morning, darling. Hey. Bamba wo bamba hero kiri bamba. Hey. Pausa. Good morning. Hey, Milagros. Caro. Hey, hey, good morning, Ekaro, Ekabo, and welcome to Orisa Prayer and Meditation with Iyafunlayo. It is me, your favorite scholar priestess, Iyafunlayo. So blessed, honored, happy, glad, thrilled to be with you here in the land of the living. Yes, you just Tanya C, Ola, Barrett, Aja, K, Scott, I, Candy, Ia, Lode, Portia, all of you, Oliver, Libete, Sekua, Yo, beautiful. all of you who feel it not robbery, as my father, the Right Reverend Ralph Hilden Hoyce III would say, to be with us this morning. We are so grateful to be together. My daughter, Yodele Ekabo, good to see all of you. We are here today, Crystal. Yes, Omo Osha Epa. So praise to the King of White Cloth, Orisha Epa, the great Orisha, Orishanla, Orishanla, Nla. Those of you in my Yoruba class, you know that ending, Nla, means great or big. So we call Obatala Orishanla, the great Orisha, the big Orisha, the grand Orisha, the father of all. You know, he is the owner of all heads. Yes, so and the one who cried in the womb. We give thanks always for Obatala, Obatala. Yes, we give thanks. Akete oba oba zeni. You know, we get extra hype as this Ashe Ire temple is the house of Obatala, the house of Orishanla, the house of our Oshala. We give so much thanks and praise always to the King of White Cloth. And today, I want to share. And I want y'all to take a breath with me because we're going to talk about something a little bit serious, right? It's always serious, but you know, I got to come and I got to keep it real and I have to address the things that we see going on in the community. Because first of all, let's speak about the fact that a group of people being in the same place is not a community. Let's start there, right? All of us just so happening, as you're Renee, Kaylin, to be in the same place at the same time. That's cute. It's nice. It's fun. But that's a gathering, right? That's not a community. What makes a community is the degree to which, like Obatala's fabrics and cloth, we are woven together, right? Hey, it's Nay. What makes a community is the degree to which we care about one another. What makes a community is the degree to which we are willing to stand in truth and reconciliation with one another. What makes a community is the elders and the juniors who are willing to come together and say, listen, here's where we done gone left and where we need to go right, right? That is what makes a community. That is why a community takes work. A community is not just being in the same place at the same time. And so Obatala is about true community, because guess what? A broom don't make a cloth either, right? It's the weaving together. It is the full integration. And unfortunately, for many of us diasporic Africans, that's the one part that we still have to work on, of course, because we know that the mechanisms of enslavement, the mechanisms of colonialism, the thing that they attacked the most harshly was our sense of community, our sense of togetherness, our sense of caring. You see, I'm going to talk about it. You see, because Bella, good morning. When one of us was getting whipped or punished or any of those negative things, we were all conditioned to do what? To look away. Oh, thank God it ain't me. Oh, somebody's getting it, but it ain't me, right? That's conditioning. That's conditioning because we are afraid that if we say something, we might be next. That if we go against those who are said to be powerful, that we could be the next one to get that lash or to get that punishment or to have our communities torn apart, to have our children taken away, to have our families torn asunder, to have the cloth of our community ripped apart. That's conditioning. I want us to understand that looking away when we know that there is issue, when we know that there is that there is abuse going on, when we know that folks is doing wrong, looking away and saying, oh, well, that's conditioning. And it is conditioning that we must break. Right? It is conditioning that we must break. Having 10,000 pots and shrines and initiations and all of that is cute. It's cute. You know, I always say it's cute. My shrine is cute. This is beautiful. It's cute. But this is it a pot of rocks that you're interested in? Or is it you? Is it your soul? Is it your ori? Is it your level of connection? Is it your togetherness? Is it your empowerment that you're interested in? Right? Are you interested in getting these pots of rocks so that you can lord power over others and try to control them? Or are you interested in getting them for true empowerment, for the true making of community? Right? And community, again, is about mutual responsibility for one another. And I get many, many, many people coming to me. You know, I can come into contact with many people doing readings, doing counseling, and the things that I'm hearing about some of what is going on out in the so-called community really upsets me. It really upsets me. And it should upset you anytime you hear of things going on. It's not to look away. And it's also not to say, oh, well, see, that's the tradition. I'm going to just throw it all to the ground, because every tradition, every community, every place, everybody has these issues, and everybody has to do their part to work through these issues together, because that is what makes a community. Truth and reconciliation. Understand that the very first act of creation of human beings, and I'm coming back around, Obatala, the first act of creation involved an act of truth and reconciliation. It involved a harm done. Did you know that? All right. So understand that being powerful does not mean being perfect. It means having the ability to recognize when you were wrong and atone for it, to give truth and reconciliation. That is what being truly powerful and truly being a leader is about. And that is what Obatala taught us from the moment he came down. Some of you know says that Obatala came to the earth on the direction of Olodumare to separate the waters from the dry land, to create dry land on which human beings would be created. And after the land was created, he was commissioned then to craft the bodies of human beings out of that clay. That one's nice. Ooh, we got one over here is a little skinny. We got a thick one. We got all different shapes and sizes and genders and all of that, right? And then, oh, this is beautiful. And he blew the breath of life into each one. That is Emmy. So every time we take a breath, Emmy, we are connecting with that breath of life. But guess what happened though? What happened and what happens to a lot of us? Temptation. Temptation got to Obatala. He's not perfect. This is why we love our Orisa, because none of them are perfect. They show us the follies and foibles that we can get involved in as human beings. And so he was tempted. He said, oh, I know I'm working right now. I'm crafting these bodies, but that palm wine is looking real cool. It's looking real right. It's looking real good. Sniffed it. You know how you sniff when you do the wine tasting? He smelled it. It was, ooh, that smells good. Oh, just a little, just a small taste, just small. It will never hurt anything. Let me just take small. So he began to drink. Hey. He put his work down. Come on, let's understand. Let's analyze what's happening in the story. He put his work down and came to temptation. That's what happened. He put it down. He knew he was busy crafting them bodies. He knew he couldn't craft the bodies and hold the drink at the same time. So what does that mean? He put his work to the side and succumbed to temptation. And what happened? Those of you who know the story, you know what happened. He got drunk. And then he went back to his work. So not only did he succumb to temptation, But he didn't even wait until the drunkenness had subsided. He went to his work in a drunken state and he began to craft those bodies again. But what happened? Some of them were crafted a little bit differently than the mold that Olodumare gave him. Olodumare had given him a mold to use. And some of them, he put a little too much clay in the mold. Some of them, he didn't put enough. Some of them, he didn't let it bake long enough. Some of them, he let it bake too long. And so what happened? We end up with human beings who are differently able, are still divine, but not made according to that mold that Olodumare gave, because he came to that temptation. Now, Obatala could have done a lot of things when that happened. He could have hid them. He could have said, oh, snap. Oh, I messed some of these up. Let me put them somewhere. He could have killed them. Let's be real. He could have been like, oh, these is wrong. Let me clean this up real quick. Let me bury this real quick. He could have blamed Olodumare. Hey, what's wrong with you? This clay you gave me, it's not making people very well the way you said. This palm wine, why did you put the palm wine here? Why did you tempt me with that? He could have done a whole lot of that. He could have done all of that. But what did he do? What did he do? What did he do? Those of you who know the story, what did he do? He told the truth. He admitted to his mistake. He said he submitted himself for correction. He said, Olodumare, Oluwami, prostrated. Come on, y'all. Y'all know Yoruba culture. We prostrate. When we wrong, we go down to the ground. Come on. Prostrated before Olodumare and said, Baba, I did a thing. I made a mistake. I succumbed to temptation. I put my work to the side and I got drunk. And some of these people that you gave me the responsibility to mold came out differently than you intended. Whoo, come on, somebody. Somebody made a mistake. Now, come on, know that this is the way to true godliness is through atonement. He didn't blame. He didn't hide. He said, I messed up. I messed up. My bust, my B. You know how we say in the hood, my bad, my B, my bust, my fault. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You got to say all of that. You got to say that first before we start asking for the forgiveness. Before we start trying to think things is going to get right, we got to admit where we were wrong first. He said I was wrong. He said I messed up. And he said, not only did I mess up, not only do I know I was wrong, but listen, I have a solution. I have a solution. I have a solution. I have a solution. Here's what I'm going to do, Olodumare, with your permission, with your authority. I know I succumbed to temptation, but I'm back now. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of those people who were victims, to take all of those people who I created differently than the way I was given the responsibility to create them. I'm going to take all of those people who now have a more difficult time in life. Understand, again, that people who are differently abled are still, of course, divine. But because they are outside of the mold, they have a more difficult time in life. Right? They have a more difficult time. And Obatala recognized that the difficult we're going to have in life was his fault, that he inflicted a trauma, that he made a mistake, and he submitted himself for correction. And not only that, he submitted himself for correction. And then he said, here's my solution. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take all of those people. Woo, come on, y'all. He said, I'm going to take all of those people who I hurt, victims of my mistake, of my succumbing to the temptation, of my doing wrong, and they're going to be my people. They're going to be my special people. Not only am I going to own the error that I made, but I'm going to bless them especially. I'm going to hold them up, especially I'm going to give them special blessings. I'm going to make it so that they don't ever have to worry about no initiation because they are my children from the moment they enter the earth. I'm going to give them more. I'm not just going to say I messed up, my bad, and walk away. I'm going to give them more. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to truly, truly reconcile, truly reconcile, truly reconcile, truly reconcile. Yes, yes, yes. And so that is what it takes to be a community. The ability to submit to correction, the ability to truly reconcile, ability to come together and to work towards fixing and healing that which is broken. Not just saying, I messed up and leaving it at that, but saying, here is how we fix it. And so for any of you, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you've done, regardless, know that through the submission to correction, through truth and reconciliation, you can be reintegrated into the community. You can be realigned with what is right and what is good. You can be brought back into the fold. Being powerful doesn't mean being perfect, but it means being willing to admit when we were wrong and doing all that we can to make that wrong. Ashe. Whew. As we move into our prayer space right now, we just give thanks and praise. And we are going to ask Obatala to remove the guilt from our hearts. Because that's another thing. Listen, once we've submitted ourselves, once we have made correction, once we have truly, truly, truly submitted ourselves and done all that we can do, we then have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves good, that we are still righteous, that we are still able to be woven into the fabric of humanity. Yes, Adahunsa, King Z, Ashe Echelon, we still can be woven into the fabric because that's the African way too. We don't want to throw our people away. We don't want to rip threads out of our fabric because they got stained. We want to take our fabric down to the river. We want to scrub it. We want to wash it. And we want to bring it back. To bring it back. Yes. Love and blessings to all of the children of Obatala and all of the parents of the children of Obatala. Yes, 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 yes. We move into our prayer space. That element that is always able to heal us. That element that takes us down into the depths. That element that we can wade in. Wade in the water. Come on. Wade in the water, children. Wade water. God's gonna trouble the water. One more time. Come on, sing it with me. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Yes, so we bring our element. We know that anything we want to do. If we want to go Milo Hello, if you want to go wash, hey, it's water that you will use. Fellow say, oh Milo Hello. If you want cook soup, hey, you know already what it is that you will use. It is water. So we give thanks and praise always to water, to wash us clean, to cool us, to release all that we need to release and pull in all that we need to pull in. We say, Omi tutu ashe tutu ona tutu ile tutu tutu laroye tutu bobo egun tutu Orisha tutu and to Ori me. Go on and touch your Ori. You know that if you want a house, ha, you gotta ask your Ori. If you want a spouse, ha, you gotta ask your Ori. If you need that money, you gotta ask your Ori. Because it is our own Ori. It is our own inner head, our own divine seat of consciousness. Through which all of our blessings flow, through which our power Ori to reveal the truth. Ask your Ori for the reconciliation. Ask your Ori for a release of the guilt. Ask your Ori for the ability to forgive. Go on and ask it. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Mojubao, Mojubao Lodumare. Ọba aterere káyé mojúbà tí wọjọ mojúbà tí oòrùn mojúbà ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ afọkọyẹrẹ mojúbà rúmìlà ẹlẹ́rìí fún mojúbà mojúbà ìbàrọ̀mọlẹ̀ ojúkọsìn mojúbà ọ̀kanlẹ̀ ní ìrìnwó ìrùnmọ́lẹ̀ mojúbà akódá mojúbà àṣẹdá mojúbà arábẹ́lótífẹ́ mojúbà àwọn ní àfínjú èyé mojúbà ẹ̀gún wèlé. Come on, call your ancestors. Call them with your mouth. If you only know one name, what do we say? Call it. Let that be a gateway into more. Baba Eni, Ijejeni, hey. Ya Eni, Ijeshe Labo Kato Borisha. It is our mothers and our fathers who are our Isheshe. And it is Isheshe to whom we give homage, the originators and creators of our tradition, the originators and creators of all the things that we hold dear in life. We give them honor and praise first, yes? So we call on all the mothers and the fathers right now, representing to the sound of my voice. Mojuba Ori, Mojuba Baba, Mojuba Ye, Mojuba Wana La Seku, Mojuba Bobo Borisha, Mojuba Teshua Daranika Hanlo Soro, Mojuba Baba Mi Obatala, Epa Baba Rubo, Epa Orisha O, Epa Mojuba Shunye, Mojuba Shango, Gawo Gavi, Si Mojuba Gunye Mariwo Gumbe mi obiko mojuba oshosi ode mata mojuba mobeji mojuba egbe mojuba omoye moja mojuba oya yansa iba te yansa o iba te Olúwa mi o kwa iba te kwa o Iba te Olúwa mi o. And praise the Lord, Orisha. We say kosi ku, kosi arun, kosi epe, kosi ofo, kosi olopa, kosi idina, kosi wahala rara. Kinkamashe. We know Kinkamashe means what? May no harm, hurt, or danger come. And so we say Kinkamashe. And the names of anyone we'd like to bring into this sacred circle of protection right now. And as always, I say Kinkamashe to each and every one of you listening to the sound of my voice. Funky Shui, not Miss Parker, Yarrow, Curvy Dollface, Incense Girl, Kinkamashe, Sadio Go, Tanya, Allison, Renee, Danielle, Esther, Kehinde. Yes, just a few of you. Give thanks and praise, give thanks and praise, give thanks and praise. May no harm, hurt, or danger come to any of us. Kosi wahala rara o, kosi wahala. We say fún wa ní oríire, fún wa ní àlàáfíà, fún wa ní ire ọmọ, fún wa ní ire àìkú. We pray for wealth, we pray for children, we pray for long life, we pray for good heads, we pray for health, and most of all, we pray for peace. Ashe, 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 to. Iba Eshu, adupwe. Yes, so Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Give thanks and praise. Oh, we're just so grateful. Grateful to be able to come. Yes, yes, yes. And to give thanks and praise. And that after we call out to the heavens, we now have to listen for the messages that come back. We have to listen. We have to allow those things to integrate. We have to forgive ourselves. Somebody's here today that needs to forgive themselves. Somebody has done wrong. Somebody knows they done wrong. Somebody needs to forgive. Understand that once you have truth, yes, I'm making it a verb. You have truth. Remember that after the truth, Ashe, then we come to reconcile. We come to make it right. We come to vow. Here's another part, another important part. We come to vow not to do wrong again. That is important. We can't just say we're sorry and fix it and then turn around and do the same thing again, because that makes it. So as we move into our meditation space, I invite us. We've all fallen short of our own ideals of who we should be. We've all fallen short. There's no one on this planet who has never done anything that they need to apologize for. There's no one on earth who has never done wrong. There's no one on earth who has never hurt another person. And so today, lift ourselves up. We lift ourselves up. We lift ourselves up. We lift ourselves up for forgiveness. We lift ourselves up for renewal. We lift ourselves up knowing. Come on, Kingsley. I see some of you saying that's the hard part. Yes, come on. So that's what we're going to work on today as we move into our meditation space. Go on and gently close your eyes and begin breathing deeply. In and out through your mouth. The guilt, the heaviness. Breathe it out right now. Breathe it out. Let us feel a wave of relaxation roll from our heads down our necks, down our shoulders, down our arms, down our torsos, down our hips, down our legs, into our feet. Sacred peace and relaxation rolls our bodies up, our legs up, our hips up, our torsos out to the tips of our fingers, up our necks and back into our heads. As we prepare to release all of that which no longer serves us. We bring our attention to our outward breath as we breathe out. We breathe out guilt. We breathe out hurt. We breathe out disconnection. We breathe out pain. We breathe out disappointment. We breathe out fear. We breathe out anxiety. We breathe out sorrow. All that no longer serves us in this moment, we breathe it out. You know, stand in need of breathing out. State it. I breathe out. Breathe it out right now. And now that we have made room within ourselves, we allow our faces to smile. We show our teeth. We activate our chins, foreheads, cheeks. As we breathe in, ire bobo, all goodness. We breathe in prosperity. We breathe in forgiveness. We breathe in reconnection. We breathe in peace. We breathe in calm. We breathe in abundance. We breathe in reconciliation. We breathe in the power to change. We know what we stand in need of right now. I breathe in. And state it. Let us envision a bright white light shining in front of us. As we inhale, we feel ourselves forward into the light. The light filled with peace, with hope, with forgiveness of self. Release. Move forward into the light. Obatala, Baba mio, Orisa, Baba mio, Orishanla, Obatala, Baba mio, Orishanla, move forward. Feel the light engulf every part of you. You are forgiven. Obatala, Baba mio, Orishanla, Mupweyo. Obatala, we call you right now. Walk with us. Bring peace. Ashe. Let us take 3 more deep cleansing breaths together, in through our noses and out through our mouths. Beginning with 1. 2. And 3. As you exhale, begin to reawaken your body. Wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles. Bend and straighten your knees. Lean forward and back. Rotate your shoulders in gentle circles forward and back. Let your head fall from side to side. Move your body however feels good. And finally, those eyes, those windows to the soul, gently open them. Gently and return. Ashe, ashe. Ekabo, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We give thanks and praise for the beautiful journey. So beautiful. I felt so much energy from you all. And praise. Know that as one of our sisters said here, we are always our harshest judge. And so you're invited to release any way in which you are judging yourself, any way in which you have not forgiven yourself, any way in which you still need to make amends. That is okay. It's okay to say, I wasn't. It's okay to say, I thought I had apologized enough, but I didn't. It's okay to say, I need to make things even more right. Ashe, ashe, ashe. As always, if you have felt blessed today, we invite you to pour a blessing back on the ministry and on the temple. To do that at $Funlayo on Cash App, at Funlayo W at Venmo, or Funlayo at asheire.com for PayPal and Zelle. We just give you so much thanks for all of the support. We give thanks for those who give. We pray always that no matter what, whether it's $1, whether it's $100, that it multiplies many times and returns back to you. And always say that your most precious gift, the most precious thing that you have is you, is your time, is your attention, is your energy. And I absolutely just give so much thanks for you and your energy and your love, the ways that you pour back on me. Lode, yes, is reminding us that a good time to release is right now as we come into the end of the year, as we come into the winter. To release. It is a time to let go. It is a time to make room. You know what we always do? We breathe out, we release, and then we breathe in. After we've made room, we can't pour into a full cup. So we have to make room. We have to make room. Ashe, Melinda, so glad to have you with us. I'm happy. You know, I like to hear that you are tearing up. I like to hear that it's connecting with you because that means it's connecting. Listen, whoo, you know, if you're a child of about the superpowers is the ability to let those tears flow through us. And so I just give thanks and praise for all the feeling, for all the healing. We invite you warmly always to come and visit asheeray.com to use the medicine, to get the ebook, to learn this prayer that we say together for yourself, to pray over yourself every day, not just on Sundays. We invite you to use our meditations, my meditation album. Please use this medicine. This is for every day. This is to make your life better. If community and spirit is not making your life better, we need to do it a little bit different. So come on and use this medicine. Come on and join us next Saturday, less than a week away now, at the Black Spirit Solstice Summit. It is going to be a powerful and high time with beautiful, wonderful teachers who will be helping to show you how to empower you, to pray over yourself, how to heal yourself with Reiki, how to chant Ifa verses to empower yourself, how to use hoodoo herbs that you have in your kitchen right now to do your own magic and to empower yourself, how to step into the goodness and to the relationship with your ancestors, how to use power symbols and tools. Come on, this is all about you empowering you. This is all about you embodying the high priest and knowing that you are a channel to the divine. There is nothing you are missing. There is nothing you are lacking. There's nothing anybody needs to give you. You came into this world ready to manifest and channel the divine. And so we are going to help teach you how and help continue you on your path. Come on and be with us. Give thanks and praise. We are so grateful. Y'all go on ahead and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rest of your Sunday. We're coming back in an hour because we're coming back in an hour for Second Sundays. You know, that's our time of Q&A. I'm going to be talking about children. This is a season when we speak a lot about children, when we talk about goodness, when we talk about play, when we give gifts and we have magic in our hearts as the year comes to a close. And so I'm going to talk about children in the tradition and also share with you some gifts that would be beautiful, of course, all from our community to share with your children. So give thanks and praise. Go ahead and have a beautiful rest of your day. Take your lunch, take your breakfast, and I will see you back at noon. Odabo.